Hello there, and welcome back to another episode on the Mr. Film Art channel. I am Mr. Film Art, aka Steven, and today I am here to get into Chapter 2 of Book of Boba Fett. So far, like I said in my last video, Book of Boba Fett I think is good, but I also have a barrier of entry problem where I don't particularly care about Boba Fett to begin with. I'm glad they're trying to give him character, but right now he seems just like he has a Ned Stark problem. Not because he's a noble person, but he's trying to rule out of respect rather than fear or cruelty, which is how Jabba ran things, and I guess Bib Fortuna as well. Though I don't know how he scared anyone, given what we saw of him in that brief epilogue in The Mandalorian Season 2. But regardless, the show's been fine. It's only been one episode. I'm looking forward to getting into episode 2. But before we do, why don't you like and subscribe to this channel? Like this video, subscribe to the channel. It would really help me out a lot, and I would appreciate it. Alright, now I think it is time to just jump into episode 2. Back at the palace. It's not Jabba's palace, Bulba's palace now.
Who sent you?
The mayor.
What were your orders?
It was pretty clear to kill you.
Speak, prisoner. What do we know of this prisoner?
He is of the Order of the Night Wind.
Assassin for hire.
Perhaps he fears the Rancor.
Oh. Do I still have a Rancor?
I was sent by the mayor! The mayor sent me! Let me out!
It's empty.
Yeah, you idiot. Haven't you ever heard of Luke Skywalker, you big dumb idiot? This is a pretty nice building for Tatooine.
Nevertheless, we are both honored and delighted by your serendipitous visit.
This guy, I feel like he's like channeling Jeff Goldblum energy.
Who is this who enters unannounced?
You know damn well who.
It is the new Daimyo Boba Fett, Your Excellence.
Before you threaten me, you should ask yourself, who really sent the Night Wind? Running a family is more complicated than bounty hunting.
He's 100% right, the mayor. I don't know what his name is, but he's 100% right. Like, being the head of a family is so much more difficult than just being a bounty hunter. Being a bounty hunter, I'm not saying it's easy work, but it's less political. And when you are in charge of a mob, it is politics. I don't trust this woman.
Would you care to have a beverage while I...
This Twi'lek. Is it Twi'lek or Twi'lek? I'm sure someone will correct me.
You haven't heard.
Oh.
Heard what?
The twins have laid claim to their late cousin's bequest.
The twins?
Twins are preoccupied with the debauchery of Hutta.
Oh, shit. 2 more huts. Is that enough people to carry that much weight?
Yes, motherfucker, GD.
Jabba's dead, motherfucker. It's Black Kristoff. I knew he was in the show. I didn't know what episode he came in, but I heard rumors and whispers that he was in the show.
Your cousin Jabba is dead. His cowardly majordomo usurped his territory, and then I killed him.
Oh, they gave Bib Fortuna the territory. Is he fighting just for Mos Espa? Or the whole Tatooine territory? Or Jabba's entire... Yeah. Flashback time. I don't know. I don't really get this whole aspect of the show. Watching him train with Tusken Raiders, is this really Like, he's in the Bacta pod because he is close to death. You're telling me he has the strength right now to train with Tusken Raiders instead of going to a Bacta tank? And two, like, it's weird to see the Tusken Raiders like this. I know that the Mandalorian, they kind of expanded upon them. He gave them a language, like with the sign language, but this is just odd. I guess I get the point of what they're trying to do. They're trying to show that the Tusken Raiders are as harsh as they are because they need to be. They're literally killed just because they exist. Like, a train goes by and it's open season.
I will stop the train. I will stop them. I will take rifle and stick.
He didn't kill them, so what is that gonna do?
I will teach you how to ride. Sit. Okay, go. Stop.
I'm watching Boba Fett teach Tusken Raiders how to fly. Land speeders. I'll knock that off my bucket list. I'll be honest, I never thought I'd see that. I'll be quite honest that I don't think I ever wanted to see this. They were not this formidable when Anakin was taking them down pretty easily. I know he had a lightsaber, but, you know. You know what's funny? I completely forgot that this isn't even, like, the real timeline here. This is still a flashback. This is the longest flashback that I've ever seen. But they're going after the train. Let's see how this goes. Although, I don't know how they beat the train sequence from Solo. Not a great movie, but that train sequence was pretty sweet. We turn the Tusken Raiders into bounty hunters here. Oh, there's trouble? Turn up the coaxium levels. She's like Jaws. She just took them all out. Scoop them under the train here. Jeez. This train's gonna blow. So they took down one train. That's great. Okay, but what's to say more will not come? How the fuck did the other Tusken Raiders catch up that quickly? This is kind of Gladiator now that I'm thinking about it in retrospect here. He was maybe not noble, but he was a great fighter who was brought down into the pits, and he's working his way up from slavery.
Are you carrying spice?
What do you mean by spice?
No, never.
Sam.
The Pikes never carry spice.
What does spice look like?
Like that.
Like that.
Man. The quotes here, the lines here are so easy to predict.
These people lay ancestral claim to the Doomed Sea. And if you are to pass, a toll is to be paid to them.
A toll is a toll, and a roll is a roll. And if we don't get no tolls, then we don't eat no rolls.
Now walk. Single file in the direction of the high sun. We'll lead you to Anchorhead by sunset if you leave now. A gift?
It's a lizard.
Lizard. Thank you.
Ooh, ooh. So the gift is their version of LSD, or licking a toad, I guess? So it's a flashback within a flashback within a hallucination. He's back with the stick. Ugh, ooh, gross. One of us, one of us. I don't know. The show is just so odd right now. We'll get into it when the episode is over. But I'm having a very hard time with this show. Making a lightsaber is easier, and I'm including going to the planet Ilium. Dance. It's like a cover. Jeez. All right, everyone. Well, that was episode 2 of chapter 2. Sorry, of Book of Boba. I'll be honest. This episode was not my cup of tea. I will say that this is taking very, very big swings, and I appreciate that, but the reality is the tone of this show is just all over the place, and there's just something that's not clicking here for me. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because it's a Boba Fett show. I know that I mentioned I'm not a big fan. That doesn't mean I couldn't become a big fan. Like, there are plenty of characters who you introduce in movies, and through TV shows you kind of build them up. Clone Wars kind of did that with Anakin. Anakin was not my favorite character from the prequels, but then they built him up into someone that I cared about. Same with, I guess Ahsoka is a little different, but you get my point. There are characters that you can grow to love, and this one, I'm just having a very, very difficult time. I appreciate the wild swings that are being taken. I just don't know if it's working 100% for me. The Tusken Raider thing is just very, very odd. It's very odd. I understand the Mandalorian introduced that they are more sophisticated than we previously thought. I understand that, and I get that. But it feels like they are trying very, very hard to make things that we didn't care about. They're trying to give them empathy, I guess, and I don't know if I care about that side of the story at all. Like I said in the beginning, my favorite parts of the show are the politicking. I want to see more of the Hutts. I want to see more of the mayor and how Boba plans on actually taking power, because right now he just seems like a man sitting on a throne. That's all he is. He has no real power. I want to see him get the power. That to me would be more Boba Fett. But again, it's like, who even is this Boba Fett? I don't understand why he wants to be Jabba the Hutt all of a sudden either. There's so many questions still to be left answered, and I'm going to watch the entire show. If I can watch The Rise of Skywalker twice in theaters, I think I can make it through 7 episodes of this. So that's my feeling overall. Again, it's not my favorite of the bunch so far, but there's still room to grow. It's only episode 2, so that's all I can really say at the moment. And if you like this video, please like. If you like what I'm doing, please subscribe. It would help me out a lot. And if you want to see more of me, you can see my artwork on Instagram at mrfilmart. You can buy some of that artwork on my Etsy shop at the Mr. Filmart shop on Etsy. Kind of redundant, but I got my tongue twisted. And finally, if you want to see my reviews to movies, you can always go on Letterboxd. Again, Mr. Filmart. You're starting to see a pattern here. Anyway, that's the end of this episode, and cut. Bye.